Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Growing Clip Bonsai for Seniors. No, I haven't charged my mics yet. I've been running around like a nut. Today is June 8th of 2025. It's Sunday. It's 78 degrees Fahrenheit or 26 degrees Celsius. We're going to do a quick 2 redos because the roses in one died and the geraniums did not root because I did them in the winter time. And same thing with the ones that I transplanted. So geraniums, you do not transplant or do cuttings in the winter time. They don't grow, at least for me, unless you got them under the lights and stuff. But today we're going to do the horse escape, where the geranium, the Vancouvers didn't grow. So I got the one Vancouver mother plant. She's still good and growing strong. And we got my Christmas setting with the two little scapes in there with the roses didn't grow. So the roses I found at Faisal's and Sons right here in Chicago. And you can see how nice the roses are. I got orange ones, something different. And it was only $9.99 for a 4-inch pot. So let's see what's inside there. If we got enough to do 4. There we go. That was good. Got a nice little mess here. We'll use Matt's root hook from Bobcat Bonsai. Check out Matt's site. He does some great work with his trees. Plus, he's a good, how would you call him, a blacksmith, because he can make some good root hooks. Now, for those of you up in age or with arthritis and stuff that don't like the feel of cold steel in your hand, ask him for one with the wooden handle. It's very good. I got to remember to put the camera down. So we're just taking Matt's root hook and we're just dividing these just to see what we got here. I'm going to pull it apart and put this one in there. I'm going to take this one and just go through with the root hook on it. And put this in there. Yep, there's 4 in there. So look, when you buy the roses, sometimes you get 3, sometimes you get 4. Now that one's a little toughy there, so we're going to just take our scissors that we use for cutting roots and just cut it right down the middle. There we go. Just stick them in there. And it's a cloudy day. The time is 4:07 p.m. in the afternoon, Sunday afternoon, and I didn't want to, when it's a cloudy day and everything is relaxed with the cloudy day, it's good to transplant, because then you're going into the evening and it's supposed to rain, so that's good. So here's our horse setting. And this is where the geraniums didn't grow, so to save time, I just dug out the pockets. So let's see what we can get out of this one. Ouch. Roses got thorns. So we're gonna just dip into the water. Real good to get most of that soil off. Now I'm going to use Azus, but if you don't have it, that's all right. You don't have to use it. And you can see the nice root system on it. Now, I dipped these in peroxide. So all we're going to do is we're going to clip down till we got a branch coming out and just go above it. And then this one here, I know the rose is on there, but you can always save it and put it in water, so that's what I'm going to do. So we'll just stick it in there. And then we'll cut this one back a little bit. All you do is run your scissors back until you see the first leaf. Once it hits the leaf, cut it. Then it doesn't look like you cut it. Okay, now the roots, we're just going to clip a couple of the bottom ones. And then we're going to stick it in a pocket, but I'm going to put my Azus on there. You get this on Amazon, you can get it. And then we're going to use our, I had it here, our 50-50 mix of chicken grit, #1 cherry red chicken grit, and our seed starter mix. So all I'm going to do is put some in a pocket there. I'm not worried about a front because I want the rose to grow. And once it starts raining, I'll put it outside. I got a spot for it. I gotta break up the cocoa core in there. Makes it real good. Just put it in there like that. Now we got our simulated grass with our sand. I don't have any more sand, so I have to get to Hobby Lobby one day. So all we're going to do is let this in. And yes, the dogs are always barking. Then we're going to take our other pocket and find another rose. Here's a little bit, I'm going to save the smaller ones. And we're just going to hold it where there's no thorns and just jiggle it into the water real good. That's underwater root raking the easy way. And you can see how nice the soil came off the roots. And then, what'd you do with the scissors now? Oh, here they are. And you know nothing cuts wood like ironwood. You type in my last name, N-O-W-A-K, and you get a 10% discount. So now we're going to cut this back. You can see the branch over here. We're just going to cut it back. When you run your shears down, or scissors, you hit that branch, you cut it. And the same thing in here. We got a conglomerations here. I'm just going to cut this one bottom piece off. And we'll stick this in here and see if the flowers bloom. Sometimes you can cut the flower and let it float in the water. And we're just going to cut off some of these dead pukey branches. And we can cut this back down to here a little bit more. And you just look at it. Now, this is just a leaf coming up like that, so you can cut that back. This one's coming out this way. But we're just going to cut it back for now. I'm just hitting that leaf. I run the shears down. Once I hit that leaf, I cut. And then it doesn't look like you cut the tree at all, or the rose. Same thing on trees. That's the way you do it. Okay, so we get that off. Now the root system on here is pretty short, but you can see the nice roots growing on there. You can see the white caps. And then we're just going to take our azus and hit it over there. And then we're going to take some of our chicken grit, put it there, spread our roots out the best we can into the pocket without disturbing everything. Put that in, put that in, I'll give it a little squirt. And then we'll stick this outside. See, I got a dead branch here. I didn't see it, so I can just cut that off right there. And all you do is go back to the leaf. Like if that's the leaf growing, this is the leaf coming out, you run down the stem. Once this hits, then you cut. It'll never look like you cut it. So all we're going to do now is press that in. Just like that. Now on roses, you can make them a little bit deeper. It's not going to hurt. You do that up north here because it keeps the crown. If the tops all die off, the crown doesn't die off. And then that way there, you still get the original rose. So right now we're just sticking that in. Now we'll just pour it in. Give it a little spray to get it going. The horses are all here wondering what the heck's going on, Tom. So this horse we can put with the mare. She's lying out of the cave there looking what's going on. These guys are drinking water. So what I'm going to do now is water it in. Just like that. And then give it a little press in. Put your fingers between. Now the water will take out any pockets on this because it's just a light planting. There we go. Now, If you want to dress it up a little bit, all we're going to do is take some coarse sand. I got this at the feed store because I couldn't get to Schroeder's. And then all you can do, this is a nice coarse sand they mix. I'll show it to you on the next video. I'll tell you how much it costs on everything. There we go. Just to put it in there, a little sandy area where the horses find some nourishment. That's all. And we got Ted's mix underneath here, but for these pockets I had to put this in to make it nice and fine. Ah, Mr. Clock says, come on, Tom, it's 4:15 p.m. in the afternoon on a Sunday afternoon. Okay, Mr. Clock, we're hurrying. So we'll just get this in a little bit here, just for a little bit of a pocket item. Looks like, it'll just look like dry soil where the trees are growing in. Nothing fancy or schmancy. Like that. And then we'll get our spray bottle. Water it in. Just like that. We got our mountain where the waterfall comes down. Same thing here, there's a pocket of water. Let's straighten up our horse. And he can be walking this way to go under the shade of the tree. And there you have number one. There we go. Just like that. Maybe if I turn it this way you can see it better. But just like that, something simple and easy to do. And the horses I forgot where I got them at, Hobby Lobby. It was just a pack. So okay, we got this. Let me get this on the side. And put it over here for now. Let's cover up the sand. Let's take that out. So now, our Christmas setting, where the roses didn't take, and the reason why is that the hole was too small. So what I did is I made the holes bigger on the bottom, if you can see. Then I put a screen there with some number one chicken grit on there. So let's put this here. Now in the middle we're not planting nothing, because I don't know if you remember before, but these roses didn't grow. They started growing, but in the wintertime they died off. They got pukey looking, but I think that's because of the drainage. So, let's take our chicken grit. You know what? We're going to use our little Dixie cup here. Put it in. Put it in. Just like that. Now this will be a fun project to do with the kids too. For 10 bucks you get 4 roses. That is good. So now we're going to take this rose out, which is all in the muck. And we'll get all that stuff out of the rose. And you can see how it looks. It's all dirty, but what are you going to do? Come on, Mr. Elephant, let's give it a wash. That's because it fell under. But a lot of that's going to be cut. So right now we're just going to hold it by the stem of the rose and get that soil off. Just keep dipping. That's underwater root breaking. Just like that. Just get most of the soil you can off of there, so we can see how it is. And then don't forget, on this one we're going to cut where the branch is right here. We're going to cut right above it. Cut that flower off. Stick it into the water. You can see this one. We're going to cut it back down to here. So I'm going to just hit this. You see how I hit it? Now I'm going to just go up a teeny bit and cut. I don't know if these will root, but I'm just going to stick in the water for now. And then we're going to cut off some of these pukey pieces here. I don't know if we got something there, but we're just going to cut that leaf off to there. And you can see how tall this one is. So I think we can cut it back just about here. We're going to just hit where we hit this leaf here over here. And just hit it. And there you go. We got a nice little tree there. So we'll put these on the side. And that's the dogs a-barking. There we go. And then we'll take our roots shears. I'll just cut the roots smaller. I'll put a little more azus on there. Azus is a beneficial bacteria, so you don't have to worry about over squirting it. And we're just going to take the roots and push them out, just like that. Don't worry about a front, we'll train it. I don't do wiring. So then we'll just hold it straight. Put that there. Put that there. Let's use a Dixie cup. You don't have to buy them fancy spoons that they sell for bonsai. Use a Dixie cup because then you can squeeze it a little bit. And this is just a plastic Dixie cup. Sometimes it would help if you just move it closer to you instead of reaching. And that's what you get with a Lazy Susan. I look at all the garage sales and you can get a Lazy Susan. So now we're just gonna, on this one, we're just gonna take, because it's flat, and just give it a little push in there. Let me get some more. Just like that. Give it a little squirt. Get it out of the snow, because I'll show you what we're going to put in there. And later on when I go to Hobby Lobby, I'll get some more snow for the other two sides. And then you take your fingers and you just push it in. Push it in. So it gets good contact with the soil. Okay, now let's work on the other one before we water it. Now the other one, the same thing. Just hold it and get as much of that soil as you can off the root ball. There we go. Look at that. Now, we'll take that dead piece off. Now this is a thriller here. Because on this one, let's cut these dead pieces off right here. Now this one, you can see we want it to grow out this way, so I'm just going to cut above the branch. Once you get to a little bit above the branch, cut it. That's your node, your brain. Now this one here, let me cut this dead leaf off. This one here, you got the node here, but I don't know if this node will grow back here, so we're just going to be safe on the safe side. And what I do is, you see, once the shears hit that leaf, cut. Same thing here. We're going to take this right where the side shoot is growing. Let's just cut some of that leaf off so we can see what we're doing. And we're going to cut this one right to this growth over here. So you come down where you hit the growth and go a little bit above, and you got it. Now this one, we could take it down to 2 leaves. This one over here down to 2 leaves. And there you have it. You can see it's a nice, long, healthy root system. And it's growing, but with the rain coming and the dark, in the cloudy sky, it's good to do this. And then I'll put it in the shade. And we just cut that piece off because we cut a lot off the top. And we'll just spread it the best we can. And we'll get our azus and really get it in there. This is beneficial bacteria. So what I'm going to do is make a little mound there. Now that one, and just fill it up. And with the chicken grit, it's heavy enough to hold it in place. And the chicken grit is cheap. I think the number one is like, I don't know, 29 cents. And the number 2 is like 39 cents a pound. So you can make some good cheap stuff. So let's get this in there. Now you notice I'm not gonna do a lot with this. Just a little bit with the chopstick. Let's get that watered in pretty good. Okay, now Mr. Elephant, get him a little water here. Mr. Elephant says hello to all the kitties. I'm gonna get some water here with Mr. Elephant. Just like that. And then once we got it like that, the water will go into, take out any air pockets on these little ones. Just press it in because you want to get good contact with the soil into it. Okay, use an old shirt and just use a Dixie cup. You don't have a measuring cup or anything, Dixie cups are cheap. Get them at the Dollar Tree. You don't have to buy them ones with the scoop on there, just use a Dixie cup. Just as good. I know they sell the soil scoops, but I have fun with this. There we go. Let's put this on the side. Get that in. I'm going to say, Tom, what's the front? We don't care about what the front is right now. We just want them to grow, and hopefully they grow. I got my fingers crossed on this. And they should grow as long as we keep them in the shade for about a good week or until they get established, the roots, because you don't want them in the heat of the sun because the roots are not going to take off. The roots need some coolness and shade to get going. Get this tree back on its feet, the rose. Just like that. I'll get this one a little bit. I'll put these outside in the shade. And then, yeah, I know it's hard for me to move today. I got the arthritis in the left hip, so if I look a little wobbly, nothing wrong. That's just the goofy arthritis. I don't know if it's a change in weather or what. But you never know. Now what are we going to do, Tom? Spray that off. Get all that junk off of there. Now, I got the settings here. We're going to put our house back over here. Put it in into the snow. Just like that. Kill any bugs on there. And we're going to put this fence in the background. And we got another fence over here. Put that in the background. And the fence for the house. Let's see if we can get the house a little bit flatter here. Take old Whitey our spoon and level out the sand. Just like that. And put our house over here. Our little fence over here. Put our house back a little more. Just like that. We got our truck coming down the road, going to the house. We got our little lantern here in the corner for the house, lighting the way. And there you have it. So what I could do to hold down the fence is just put, since we got all that in there, I think that'll hold. Just like that. Once I get the white sand, that'll put it in there. That'll hold in these knickknacks. And then we'll just put a marker in there when we did it. So there you go. Ah, Tom, I can't see it through your arm. There you have it. A little Christmas scene and the horse's rendezvous. So today's Sunday, everybody. Take care. The video's getting into 25 minutes, so I know you guys got a lot to do on Sunday. So remember, shut that phone off after 6 o'clock. One ring, hang up. One ring, hang up, and call again if it's an emergency. And if you're just going to jibber jabber, nope. I'm with my family, my wife and my children. Go see. I hope you've seen your grandma, your grandpa, your aunts and uncles. Say hello to them during the day and then at night. Come home, relax with the kids. Put on a little Lawrence Welk when music was music, so kids can listen to some good old time music. And take care. Enjoy the rest of the evening and have a cup of tea. I think I'm going to do the same thing as soon as I get these outside. Take care, everybody.